Hello, hello, hello. You're listening to Music Marketing Club, where we bring you ideas, strategies, and guests with knowledge that can help independent musicians build more fan base that become loyal followers, and also for the musicians to make a profit from their music and creativity on the internet. Here at Review Music, our goal is to be instrumental in your musical success. So, for this episode, I'm going to share with you a simple digital marketing strategy you can use to sell albums and other products on the internet. If you heard my story before, then bear with me. But for new listeners that are tuning in to this episode for the first time, give me a moment to share my story with you. You see, there was a time when I was a musician and homeless, working in Starbucks and sofa surfing at my friends' houses. During that time, I was also recording songs and releasing mixtapes. I had some on Dapiff.com, some on iTunes at the time, and other mixtape channels. And of course, I also sold some physical CD copies too. So I really lived a struggling musician lifestyle. I also had a girlfriend at the time who was my supervisor that I worked with in Starbucks. She was a good woman. After a few months of being together, she raised a discussion on getting a place together. Long story short, we decided to go for a place together, so we rented a studio flat in London. At the time, I still had dreams of being a successful musician that earns loads of money for each verse that they recorded, but in reality, I was struggling. I released songs and mixtapes and only a few people would engage with it, whether it was online or in the real world. But I would receive good reviews on the mixtapes or songs from people that actually listened to them. Then one day it hit me that it meant I had to learn how to promote my music so that more people can discover and listen to them. One problem though, I was still broke. I couldn't afford to buy adverts in magazines or on posters or TVs and other places like musicians with record deals could. I couldn't afford anything else after the rent was paid. At the time, I went to work in some slip-on shoes that I bought from Primark. 3 months after moving into the studio flat, our bags were still unpacked. We had no TV, no furniture, just the sofa bed that came with the place. Things then started to become a burden on me. I felt like, as a man, I was failing to provide my woman the bare minimum essentials to make a house our home. I had no money to treat her or go on dates, and my music wasn't reaching more people, and people weren't buying either. I would go out to meet friends and I wouldn't eat because I wasn't hungry, but really because I couldn't afford to eat. I felt depressed with all this going on. She broke up with me and decided to leave the country to go and live back home. I felt like a failure, but I kept going to work. I then started having writer's block every time I was set to write. I lost the passion to record music. Sounds so cliche saying this, but in fact, I didn't know what I was going to do with my life. Then, as if by chance, something amazing happened. I saw a video advert on YouTube about how to be successful selling things online. The person talked about how if your goal is to make $100,000 a year and you have 2 products, what you need to do is break it down into something like if product 1 costs $10 for example and product 2 costs $100 for example, then for product 1 what you do is divide $100,000 by $10, which is 10,000 product sales for 1 year or 834 product sales for a month over the course of 12 months. For product 2, you divide $100,000 by $100, which is 1,000 products for 1 year or 84 product sales per month over the course of 12 months. This concept blew my mind and I then had the epiphany. If I sell tickets to shows, album sales, merchandise and then divide them up into small monthly goals like he showed me, I could do it too. My thoughts after seeing this exciting way of looking at earning money for myself seemed possible. I felt like I could do it. I was the best salesperson at my branch of Starbucks and I knew I was decent at selling. By working there, I also knew that selling and marketing goes hand in hand, and marketing can make selling easier, which means if I knew how to market the products or my music, selling them would be easier. So I decided the plan was to get myself back together and feeling positive again. Also start learning how to do this marketing thing, especially on the internet, so I could sell my music and other things online. I still had to deal with depression, finding a place to live on my own again, and the challenge of learning this marketing thing. In the end, I bought lots of books and audio programs on personal development. I bought books audio programs, online courses, and I was even mentored on marketing. I also then enrolled onto university to study business management with marketing, and then I enrolled onto master's degree to further study digital marketing. That allowed me to become well knowledge and informed about marketing and how to make it work, which meant that I could sell products and services well on the internet. In the end, I was able to work for 2 marketing agencies and rebuild my life back together again and help others achieve their goals of selling their products or services online, and also teach some on how to market their products and services or music online without spending tens of thousands of dollars or pounds on university and the time involved. In the end, all this means I can help you get your music on online streaming stores without spending money on it, and to also market it properly and reach more people, fans and listeners without spending your monthly wages on it or taking out loans in order to be able to make a living from your music on the internet. So, now let's talk about a simple way that you can use to sell your albums or other products online for that matter. And it starts with one-page website, which we can call your product page. There is no menu on this website. The only things on this website are a headline with a call to action such as, "Critics are calling this album a masterpiece to appreciate. Get your copy now." And then a sub-headline that can read something like, "Fans have reported to be playing this anticipated album on repeat mode since the release." Followed by 2 images in 2 columns on the web page, right? On the left can be an image of the album cover, and on the right column can be an image of the digital track list on iTunes or whatever music player that you use. I must say a disclaimer here to be careful of copyright issues when including other companies' logos and assets in your promotion. Bear in mind, the digital track list is an idea of a relevant image that you can use that I'm sharing with you. You can use another image if you choose to. Okay, so now below the fold on the website, or when people scroll down, they see a call to action message encouraging them to purchase the album, and a music player for them to hear samples from the album. And you can also include fans' reactions or audio testimonials at the end of the sample album if you want. This could further encourage people if they can hear what others are saying about it. Then underneath that can be a button or 2 buttons that says digital download, order now on one button, and on the other button can say autographed CD version, order now. And we scroll down a little bit and we see that followed by some supporting text or supporting copy, as we'll call it in the field of marketing. This text is to encourage people that want more logical reasons to purchase the album, and the best and simple type of text to use in something like this could be a story about why or how the album was created, what makes this album special than music you've already done and music on the market, followed by a call to action for people to own a copy of the album. Then underneath the text, you place buttons here again saying digital download, order now with the price £8.99, and the other saying autograph CD version, order now with the price $14.99, and a simple description below the buttons that outline what happens next after the order. For example, it can say you receive a digital download or shipping information of album name via email after placing your order. And these order buttons can be linked to PayPal, for example. So far, so good, right? We now have a place on the internet where people can buy our albums. So now what? Now, how do we get people to this product page to buy this album we are selling? Well, the good thing is they have the ability to pay with their credit card or their PayPal account. Furthermore, how do we get more fans and other people to become aware and ultimately purchase too? Okay, so let's get into that. A few things we can do. First of all, if you have a list or database of email addresses of fans or followers, I highly recommend that after you have finished the album promo webpage and have tested it and PayPal and everything else is connected and works, you send your list of fans an email message pre-framing them on the album promotion and why they should check it out. You can say on this page they can listen to samples on the album and then include a link to the website in the email message. So that's one. Another thing you can do is to create a couple of posts about this album on your musician Facebook page and then include a link in these posts. So for example, some of the posts can be a 30-second video promo clip of the album, or a video of you in the studio when you were recording this album and a caption, or some video testimonials or reviews about the album from your fans or friends or other musicians if you have them on video, and then include a caption. Don't forget to also include a link to the website in each of these captions or posts. Now, once you've done these, do each of these posts on 3 separate days within a week or so. And then when you post them, boost the post to people who like your genre or style of music in your city or country, or wherever else you would like to target for a reasonable amount of days, from £1 to £20 a day. And within a few hours, you could see people start engaging with your post. Some will like your Facebook page to stay informed, some will visit your website, and some may also order your album too. Try this simple music marketing strategy out and let me know how it goes for you. You can share your experience on it with me via email at francis@wivvyudigital.co.uk. That's francis@wivvyudigital.co.uk. Or you can also email me at francis@musicmarketingclub.com and I'll be in touch. I hope you have enjoyed this episode and look out for the next episode coming soon. Stay safe and keep up the good work. Till next time.